Well, here we are again with another Slingshot review. Except it's not from Simpleshot, I'm just using the pouch, but probably wondering what we got for today. Before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe down underneath. Leave us some comments, and if you know how, watch this video on your phone. The first week it's up, you can hype it and actually help our rankings in YouTube. So give it a hype while you're at it. So here we are. I thought I was going to have a rainy day, but here it is sunny. So I said, let's go make a video. This is the long anticipated review that everybody in the entire world has been wanting to see. Okay, everybody raise your hand out there. If you're a slingshot shooter and someone has sent you a video of the click, 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 auto loading slingshot. And it was in prototype stage until recently. And I have gotten so many people send me that. It's like, yeah, that's old news. What takes you so long to get caught up on the world? And it's like, I really need to review one of those. So now that they're out, I started looking around, trying to figure out where I could get one. And you can get them on Amazon. There's multiple versions of it. The main one you see is between $120 and $150. It's CNC aluminum machined, slick as you can imagine. It's really nice. And then there's some of them that have like a pistol grip, and it takes it to another level. Those things are like over $200. Then I looked up on Y-Shot X. That's a legit vendor that you can buy stuff from. They make good stuff. And I think it ships from China, but it takes a little while. But this took me about 2 weeks to get here, which isn't bad. Y-Shot X has the really expensive $150 one, or they have this one, the $60 one. Now that's more in my budget. Here it is. Let me show you. It's a tight fit in the Simpleshot pouch. All right. It looks very much like the expensive $150 ones. The big difference, this is 3D printed, so it's plastic. It's really not bad. And what they've done to give it the strength so it doesn't go kapoop, kapoop, kapoop when you're pulling it back, you got stainless steel supports down the side. And it feels just fine. So don't let the 3D plastic deter you. Now, where it may affect the functionality just a tiny bit is sometimes when you slide the magazines in, if you don't get them straight, they get stuck and you have to get them just right to slide up in the hole. So if you're planning on going boom, you may get hung up a little bit. Just letting you know about that. The reason I wanted to review this and get one in my hands is because according to my research, which is very nominal, mind you, it's not real in-depth, the only reviews that I have been able to find on this slingshot are ones from Asia, somewhere overseas, out east there, and they're all basically factory people just going boom, 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 blowing stuff up, or they're just showing it off. Nobody's really going through the functionality, how it works, how it functions, and most of all, does it actually work, or is it just a stupid gimmick that somebody dreamed up? That's what we're here to find out. So before we dive into the slingshot, let me tell you about the accessories that come with it. I have them right here in the pouch. It comes with red tubes, and these don't look that big. And it comes with a special pouch, has a magnet of course on it, and a little grip for you to hold on to when you're pulling it back. Now here's the problem. When I got this, my wife let me know we had it while I was on a live stream. If you haven't caught my live streams, you should subscribe and catch some of those. It's a bunch of people hanging out, having fun, talking slingshots. Sometimes we go down rabbit holes other than slingshots, but hey, they're fun. We're having a good time and we're making friendships. So check those out sometime. Anyway, I pulled this out and this was already set up on the slingshot. It was ready to go. It had ammo in the chamber and everything. And hey, this works. So I start to pull it back. I cannot get a full draw with these red tubes. Once again, China thinks everybody's a weightlifter. Do I look like a weightlifter to you? I could not get a full draw on these things. And luckily they gave an extra set of tubes in a pouch included alongside the ones that came on it. So what I did is I took that extra one and I got some of my 1632 tubes, which are a little bit smaller, that I use on my speed shooting setup, and I created my own pouch with that. These are a little bigger than 1632, so maybe they're like 20 something. I don't know what the go-in dimensions are for tubes, but these were a little bigger. I could not get a full draw with these. I could only get it back about this far. And it shot pretty well. But I couldn't get a full short draw with it, which I think if I'm going to shoot at all, I need that anchor and I need that draw. So I made my own tube. So I'm going to put these away. I still got them and I may use them at some point, but for right now, I have banded this up with my own 1632 tubes. We'll dive into that a little bit in a minute. Let's finish with the accessories. It comes with a pair of tweezers. Believe it or not, they're handy because when you load it, you have to feed the bands down through the pulleys and over and under the aluminum or the metal bars that allow everything to slide, and then it helps feed them down the Slingshot. So it's handy. Obviously, you don't need them. You could use your own tweezers, but it comes with them. And it comes with an Allen wrench, a little Allen wrench. And the reason it has this is because there's a few Allen screws on here you need to deal with. The ones that are the most important are here and here. What those do is they are what locks the chamber in place. You can see on my chamber, on my magazine, there's a little indentation dot right there. Almost looks like a frame hit. Inside there's a little, you can't really see it. Yeah, you can kind of see it. There's a little piece that sticks out from that Allen screw, and that's what snaps it in place. You can hear it click. That's what holds it in place. And I had to tweak that just a little bit, which I'll tell you about in a minute. I tried adjusting this one down here to help hold it a little better, and I ended up, I couldn't get the magazine in. But you do need this to make small adjustments over time with the setup. Let me put that away. Got the tubes, the pouch, the tweezers, and bonus, for only $60, it came with 2 magazines. The one in it and an extra. Now, these technically hold 15 rounds. Okay, so you technically got 30 rounds of shooting in your magazines. But there's a little caveat on there. I'll stick this one in my pocket for later. There's a little caveat. The last bearing, it shoots 8mm steel. The last one in the chamber does not come out. It just kind of is a placeholder. So technically, you really only have 14 shots per chamber, or with 2 magazines, you have a total of 28 shots. Yes, Philip at Philip's Hobbies can do math, believe it or not. One other thing other than the adjustments with the Allen screw for the magazine is I discovered today, this is just a little lock screw, and it was loose. And when it was loose, my button wobbled and it wasn't firing off ammo. I tightened it up. Everything's fine. Does it work? Let's see. I just shot out 5 rounds of ammo there. I'm gonna load them back in real quick. You take the magazine out. It's pretty simple. You just shove them in like you're loading a magazine on a handgun. Very simple to do. Okay, let's load our magazine. Got it straight, it's clicked in. That's kind of the accessories and how it's built. Okay, it's got pulleys that your bands slide on to give it less friction. Works pretty well. We'll get into some of those details later. But what the big thing you probably want to know about is the dimension here. I think I measured it, it's about 74, 75mm. So depending on how you shoot or what you shoot, normally as far as frame size, you may have to move your anchor up or down accordingly to get the area right. For me, I shoot a 94mm, so it's 20mm smaller. normally, so for me to shoot it, I need to move my anchor up or everything is really high. I've already talked about the tubes and how I swap them out, and I am not even going to try the red tubes that came standard for this review for the simple reason I can't pull it back all the way. Okay, what's next that we want to talk about? I got notes because I want to make sure I cover stuff here. So I've already talked about the magazines, how much it holds, how they work, the little bit of quirk getting them installed in there. It shoots 8mm steel. If you're looking for a 9.5mm steel that packs a heavier punch, you're probably going to have to find a different one. They may make one that's 9.5mm. But for me, 8mm is what I shot, and that's what this comes with. So it was a match that was just perfect for me. The adjustments I talked about here and here to dial in the tension on the magazine, because I noticed a few times when I practiced with it and shot it a little bit, that after a couple of shots, the magazine would pop loose down here and it would not obviously auto load, and I would just have to pop it back up. I think I've tightened it down. We're going to find out in a minute when we decide to start playing with it. I think I've tightened it just to the point where it's right. We'll find out pretty soon. Ammo speed, this is the critical thing. Normally you get them big tubes, you can't get a full draw and nothing just works. And you get, your ammo goes kind of like a wrist rocket with them 1/2-inch bands on it and stuff. This one with my tubes, I did not measure it with those red tubes because I can't get a full draw. I pulled the chronograph out the other day when it was a little cloudier because it works a little better because it uses light. And I was impressed with what I got. With my bands, my black tubes, that are what I like because I can actually get a full draw on it, I got 185 average feet per second, which is not bad. That's enough for target shooting. My standard general short draw slingshot that I use for just fun shooting and that I'm the most accurate with gets about 210. If I go to the long draw where I'm shooting farther out, I'm getting between 250 and 260. So it packs a little bit more punch. For target and speed shooting and just fun showing off, 185 is plenty to get your ammo 10 meters downrange without dropping altitude. So that was impressive. The draw weight, this, I don't know what the draw weight was on the red because I couldn't get it back all the way. And I didn't even want to test it because then I'd have to reload the bands. The black ones that I have on here, the 1632 tubes, has a draw weight of only 10 pounds. Generally, my short draw slingshots are 5 to 6 pounds, so it's not terrible. With the heavy draw weight, this little pouch piece that you grip is hard to hold on to unless you've got a grip of a mountain climber. So with those big weights, I could not grip this good enough to get it to pull back far enough to be able to shoot it properly. So there's that. It's only a 10-pound draw if you put some 1632 tubes on it, and they work great. This setup, because it's made to shoot speed, to shoot fast, is going to be more of an instinctive type shooter. If you're going to pull back and line up on every shot, you're going to slow down, which is not what this is for. You may as well use a regular slingshot. So this one, it's a pull back and just fire and load, fire and load, fire and load, fire and load. That's what this is designed to do. If you're really good at instinctive shooting, this is going to be much easier for you to grab a hold of and actually be successful with. Now, there's one thing I want to mention that I ran into a few times. Let me put my notes away for a second. When I'm shooting and I'm going, occasionally my pouch would come back, it would get twisted somehow and stuck a little bit like that or underneath or something like that. And I would have to physically move it. It only took a second or two. It's not going to affect it a whole lot. What I did to try and combat, and it's a little better, but it still happens, is the back bands. You see there's 4 bands on there. The ones that are in the back, I made a little bit shorter to keep extra tension on there, trying to keep it level when it comes back. And it seems to be better, but it does still get twisted up occasionally. That's the one thing that has really slowed me down a little bit on this, but I don't think it's anything we have to worry about. It's very minor, and if you can shoot the red bands, it never did that to me the few times I shot it with that. I think because they're thicker and firmer, that it holds that pouch, but the 1632 will work just fine. Okay, a couple of last things and then let's shoot this. Viability. Is it fun? Yeah, it's fun. Now, remember, this is for speed shooting, for going fast. It's for showing off. It'd be fun to take to the range to pass around and then let people play with. But can I go to a tournament and use this in the speed shooting? Absolutely not. They do not allow magnets in speed shooting, and you got a magnet right there. So this is illegal to tournament shoot with. So if you think you're going to get this and go to the tournament and smoke everybody because you can reload so fast, not going to happen. So don't even think about that. The other question I had when I debuted it and pulled it out of the packaging on my live stream is there was a new viewer on who was very interested in it. He asked about it, and then when it came out, it's like, dude, here it is. I actually got one. And he was interested in it for squirrel hunting and squirrel control in his yard. And he said, would it work for squirrel hunting? I said, I don't know. Let me go play with it. I'll have the review out in a week or two. You'll have to watch it then. Here's the deal, and this is just for you. I forgot what your name was, but he hung around a while, and I appreciate that. But here's the deal. I don't think you want to go squirrel hunting with this. If you're just going to control them in your backyard, yeah, it'd probably work. 185 feet per second with 8mm ammo, unless you've got an absolutely perfect hit from like 5 to 7 meters, 5 to 7 yards for us here in the US. Just saying. Unless you got a perfect noggin shot or right in the eye or right in the ear, you're probably just going to hurt the dumb thing. So I would not recommend this for hunting, for squirrel shooting. Might take a chipmunk, but squirrels, I would not recommend it for squirrel hunting. What I would recommend this for is those times where maybe you just want to throw something in your pocket and you're going for a walk in the woods and you want to have something handy and you don't want to carry everything. Well, you can handle 28 rounds. If you start shooting much and just plinking at leaves and junk in the forest, you're going to go through 28 rounds pretty quick. Plus you're using steel out in the woods, which it's not super environmentally friendly. Let's just say that. I don't like using steel. I like to use clay when I go hiking in the woods. And this will not work with clay. So this is really just a novelty, fun slingshot to play with. And it will be great when I go to tournaments to take this to the firing range and say, hey, want to try the auto loader? Because everybody's seen them. Nobody's touched one. Nobody seems to have them in their hands. And that's why I wanted to do this review, because I wanted to be one of the first people, if not the first, that actually gives you a review to show if it actually is a gimmick or it's for real. And I would say it's somewhere in the between. If this is a gimmick and this is for real, it's up really close to the for real. Because it does shoot 185 feet per second if you put some decent tubes on it and not the big ones that come with it. One of these days, China will learn. All right, so let's shoot it. Let's take a couple of shots, and then what I want to do, I want to take a few shots and show you how it works. Boom, boom, boom. Then I'm going to fill my 2 magazines up, and I'm going to say go, and I'm going to shoot those as fast as I can, allowing for the pouch twist and whatever, and hopefully all 28 make it. And when I'm editing, I'm going to put a timer on it so we can actually see how many shots I was able to get off in that amount of time. I can tell you for sure it's going to be more than if I pull my Axiom X out that I usually use for short draw, because I'm not real fast with that. At the tournament in Indiana this year, I got 12 hits on target in a minute. And I probably got maybe 25 shots off. So technically I should be able to fire all 28 rounds of this in no time flat compared to the minute that I had before. But remember, you can't use this in a tournament. It's illegal. So let's do some of our first shots. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to push the button and you will see the ammo fire up. There it goes. See, it's right there. So let's take a couple of shots and reload and keep firing. I'm going to aim at the big orange target down on my target range on the string on the second row. because it's 80 millimeters. It's fairly big. Am I going to hit it all the time? I guarantee you I'm not. But the idea is initially is to just get the function down and get the feeling and the muscle memory for making this happen. Then you start dialing your shots in. So if I shot completely instinctive, I could go faster, but I at least like to try and get in the vicinity of my target. So here we go. My pouch twisted. Pouch twisted again. Oop, it was twisted and I lost that ammo. Okay, that was my 14 shots, and I think I dropped one on the ground. So I think I hit the target maybe once. So I told you, I'm not going for accuracy here. I was just trying to get it done. So that was the first round, first magazine through it on camera. You noticed a couple of times this popped out on my shooting. I'm going to try and adjust that a little bit more, see if I can get it a little tighter. But it's almost like you get the rhythm. You go boom, boom, click, boom, boom, click. And you shouldn't have to do that. But hey, I got the $60 cheap one, for crying out loud. But I'm going to try and tweak it a little bit with that Allen wrench, see if I can maybe tighten it just a bit after I reload. I'll be right back and we'll try a timed run through 2 magazines to see what we can do. Okay, I've got it reloaded. I've got another magazine sitting right here. Let me see if I can get it in an easier to reach place so I can reload faster. Stick it down in my pants without hitting anything important. There we go. All right, I should be able to get to that pretty quick. It's right there. I was able to tweak the adjustment here, and I tightened the one down here just a little bit. If you tighten that too much, it won't even move. So now it's a little bit more labor to pull out, and you can see on the magazine it's scratched up a little more. So it's popping in much tighter. So I think we've solved that problem, okay? That's one of those things with time you're going to have to keep adjusting and stay on top of. So here we go. I'm going to shoot 2 magazines of this. Hopefully I won't drop much ammo, and we're going to see how quickly I can do it. I will put a timer up on the screen so you can see, and we will check it out. I can't do it on my phone because I'm filming on my phone. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to give myself the benefit of the doubt of loading 1 round. Here we go. I'm going to start the timer as soon as I let go of the first round. Whoop, that one fell out. All right, stop. I dropped 1 round. It's right there. This twisted on me a couple of times. I was very impressed. It only did it a couple of times and barely slowed me down. And I solved the magazine problem. Let me pick my magazine up. As you can see now, because I adjusted that screw, the magazine now has some marks on it where it's much tighter. So what do I think? It's not a gimmick. It legitimately shoots nice. You saw me. I hit my target a couple of times. One time it went up and stayed there, so I started shooting at the big blue chicken. Got him once or twice. So it can be, once you get your aim dialed in, especially if you're instinctive, you will do really well. It works. It's a range toy. It's fun to play with. I will pull it out in some live streams just to do some showing off. So you'll have to tune into some of those if you want to see some more of that. But would I use it for hunting? No. Maybe chasing some squirrels or bunnies or chipmunks or whatever out of your yard. But again, you're going to be firing steel into your yard. Do you want to do that? I have a catch net down there that catches all my steel, so I don't worry about it. Go back and pick it up with a magnet. Remember, whatever you're firing at, you're doing it with steel. So environmentally, do you want to do that to your yard or to the woods? But is it usable? Yes. It's actually quite fun to play with. And my hand actually started cramping up during that shooting round. But you know what? We got 28 shots off pretty darn quick, way faster than I could have done manually. Now, there's some speed shooters like Andy Lowe. That dude's sick, man. He can fire probably as fast as this or almost as fast as this. And he's really accurate too, without the gimmick. But for just regular people to have fun shooting at the range, doing something silly, this really does work. I was impressed. I was expecting the worst, hoping for something mediocre or decent. And I think we got in the realm of decent to pretty cool. It's something that I will not be giving it away. Sometimes I get these gimmicks and give them away. This one's staying home, folks. We're not giving this one away, so don't even bug me about it. It's fun to have. I will play with it whenever I go to shoot with other people or whatever. I'm going to take it and let them play with it. It's just a fun thing. It's the $60 version, so expectations were very low. And I would say I was reasonably impressed, even for the $60. I will have a link down in the description, and I'll try and throw a link up here at some point in the video to Y-Shot X to the Slingshot. So if you wanted to order one for yourself, I believe it's $59.99. And if you go on their website, sometimes it brings up a little wheel and you can get like 10% off or free shipping or something. So I think I got like $5 off of it, and then shipping bumped it back up. But anyway, I got a discount on it, but it was about $60. So overall, it's not bad. It still feels pretty good in the hand. It's very mechanical and it's not ergonomic. It's not something that you're going to melt down into your hand and just your hand's going to hug it. You're going to have to hold this and work it. But it's fun. It really is. And I'm going to enjoy playing with this thing. On a scale of 0 to 10, if I had to give it a 0 to 10 rating, I can't give it a 10. I would probably give this a solid 7.5, 8. Which to me, 5 is, yeah, it's okay. Below that sucks. Between 5 and 7 or 8, it's fun to play with. And 8 and up, it's a serious machine. So I'd give this about a 7.5 to an 8, somewhere in that range. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. This was a review I've been waiting to do. I hope it goes viral out there because everybody wants to know about this. Everybody keeps sending me videos. So bookmark this video when somebody sends it to you, because you know they're going to do it. Say, I know a guy. And send them the link to this video so they can see if it's a legit, real piece of slingshot armor or slingshot coolness. It is cool and it's fun. And whoever thought this up, nice job. Let's bug out. It's time to get going. Thanks for watching. Remember, I got links in the description for lessons on how to shoot. I'm a big Simpleshot fan. Obviously, this is not a Simpleshot item, but if you're learning, don't start with this. Go to Simpleshot, get a basic slingshot, and then when you pick this up and play with it, you'll be much better at it. Use the link down there. It helps me out. It's got my Facebook link. If you want to shoot me a message or a friend request, you can talk to me in the messenger that way. It's private, not on the internet for the whole world to see. Well, it kind of might be, but it's more private. It was fun doing this review. I hope it does well. I hope people enjoy the information that I've got from it. And if you want one, Y-Shot X. That's the place to get it. $59.99, or you can buy the more expensive CNC aluminum machine, which would be cool. And it will probably work about the same. So Do you need aluminum or is plastic okay? I'm okay with plastic on this one. So I'll see you guys at the range. Get out, blow some cans up. Until next time, keep on slinging and God bless. So what I do, I want these full magazines for when we start shooting it because I got a couple of ideas of things I want to do. So if you're a really good if you're really good at it, there's a bee swarming around. I hope you don't fly up my pants. You bees can go away. All right.